Braylen, your role seems like it's increasing here lately. What do you think about the way the season started off for you and just where it could be headed?
I think it's going great. Just trying to earn my playing time on the field with trust from my coaches and my teammates.
And how big of a motivation, I guess, or a boost was that for you to come into the fourth quarter and you got like Jaquinnon playing a good bit, and then you come in and just kind of finish the deal off. Just how big of a boost was that for you? And then what are you looking forward to with this LSU game Saturday?
For the boost part, it was pretty nice, but can't do it without my O lineman, my quarterback talking, keeping me in my keep staying in my ear the whole game, making a big run, and everybody's telling me just calm down, and Carmona coming to me like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna keep going. Just having them in my ear the whole time is pretty nice.
Fernando, these guys get to the quarterback a lot. They're averaging 3.5 sacks a game, which leads the SEC. Just your thoughts on what they do from, I guess, a talent perspective and scheme to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, no, most definitely. They got some dudes off the edge and they bring a lot of pressures. I think they kind of found their groove later on in that Ole Miss game. And you kind of saw them start to heat up the quarterback, bringing all these different kind of blitzes. And so I think they're really in tune with each other as a team. And I think it's just going to be huge for us as an offensive line just to kind of know who we're blocking and then just trusting our technique. They got really good dudes, so we're excited for the challenge.
And Coach Pittman said that Kudus might be available. I'm just curious, what's it been like with him being out and just the possibility of having him back this week?
Oh, having him back out there, being with the boys, it's tremendous. He brings this energy, he has this aura to him, and we've really been missing him a lot. And so having him back out there with the boys, it's brought a boost to the offensive line, and I think it's definitely helped the way we've been practicing because he brings this energy to us. I feel like we've been missing him in these past weeks.
Thanks, guys.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, it was such a big high for you guys 2 weeks ago. I'm wondering, like, what the coming back to earth part. What does that look like, Fernando?
Yeah, no, it was really quick. Obviously, we watched it Sunday. Everything was great, man. You watch the film, you take away the goods, you take away the bads, and then right after that, you just flush it away. In the SEC, you can't hold on to those games because then you'll miss another big week like we have this week. We have LSU. So you had to have a really quick switch in your mind. It was great. It was great that we beat Tennessee, but we have another top 10 opponent. And so we had to flush it and kind of transition our mind to LSU really fast.
Gotcha. Hey, Braylen, so it's a field rush. You're a freshman, and there's a field rushing in your first year here. That's a big high. How do you think the locker room has dealt with all that emotion and trying to get levelized for this game?
We all come together as a brotherhood, and we just sit and talk in our lockers about how amazing it was, and how, as Carmona said, we flushed it after that.
Gotcha. Braylen, that the LSU's had the Golden Boot Trophy a little bit more than Arkansas over the last couple of decades. How important is this game for you and being a trophy game?
Uh, I would say we treat it like any other game. We go out there, we go practice every day, and we go through our uh, game plans and stuff like that, and we just treat it like any other game. So that's what I would say to that one.
I'm going to ask you, like Trey asked Fernando, what do you make of the defensive unit for LSU?
They're great. They got some guys up front. They're great. The linebackers are great. They have great safety. So we're ready for the challenge, and they're a really good team.
Fernando, it was young guys in the backfield on that last drive for you guys. Malachi comes in at quarterback, Braylen's tailback. What was the mood like when y'all had to go score on that drive?
Yeah, man, to be honest with you, I couldn't really even tell the difference. You're out there and those guys, the way that they've been preparing since the day that they got here and just their energy that they brought into the huddle, they knew they were ready. And when Braylen got that ball, I knew he was going to make a play. And when he broke him for 20, it wasn't a surprise to me. He'd been doing this in practice for a long time now, but he's been kind of learning from the vet and it's time to let the young pup run a little bit and you guys got to see what he can do.
What was the difference on the last drive? Y'all hadn't moved it very much the previous couple. Even after you got inside the 10, you had to do a field goal, and then the next couple you didn't move it. What changed on that last drive?
Yeah, I think it was just kind of focusing on our technique and not trying to do anything outside of, our actual job. And I think once we got that first down, we got the ball to Satania, we got that confidence. We heard the crowd roaring, and we just kind of fed off that crowd. And then Braylen got the big run, and from there, the train was rolling, and there was no stopping us.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Jackson.
Fernando, you guys all season, the team, the coaches have said like you guys have a great team. If you can execute, you can get these wins. I mean, so you've always had the belief, but is there an ounce of maybe extra gratification coming out of a big night like last Saturday that like you were able to prove it not only to the people outside the program, but you guys inside the program?
Of course, any win, it just feels really good, and it gives you this confidence that, sometimes a loss that you usually don't get. And so, it was most definitely a big boost to the group, but, we've had this confidence since day one. We go into every game believing that we could win it. And, just to see our hard work finally show up in the win column, it means a ton to the team and our pride.
Are any other offensive linemen petitioning to be a tight end along with Josh?
Can you say that one more time? You cut out. You got the cool Wi-Fi.
Jackson, we lost you, man. Daniel, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Go ahead. Sorry, Jackson.
Awesome. I guess Braylen, when we talked to Sam yesterday, he said he could kind of see your progression up the depth chart throughout the spring and the early part of the fall. I'm just wondering, like, in your mind, how that process kind of played out since you first got here on campus.
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, just we talked to Sam yesterday. He said he could see you kind of slowly move up the depth chart. I'm just wondering from your perspective throughout the spring and the start of fall, just how that process played out in your mind. And could you see yourself kind of slowly, I'm getting more reps and getting more opportunities even before the season started?
Yes, sir. It was just the gaining confidence from myself and from my teammates and from coaches.
And then Fernando, I guess I know you probably seen him rip off runs like this in practice, but I guess seeing him actually rip a few off in the game, did it kind of just give y'all more confidence to kind of block the same way that y'all do for other backs?
Yeah, no, most definitely. I think we have a very strong running back room. We have one of the best in the country. I firmly believe that. And so, yeah, I just feel like as an offensive line, if we could just do our job, we know we have the playmakers back there. We don't even have to really look back there. We know there's some type of guy back there that's going to make a play, whether it be Braylen, Rodney, Dub, or even JJ. Like somebody's going to make a play. And so I think it just kind of gives us confidence. If we do our job, big plays are going to happen.
And then Braylen is maybe the youngest guy in that running back room. I guess just what have you learned from the other backs in the room and what the dynamic is like?
From JJ, the blocking schemes. I came in not using my hands, and he pulls me aside and just teaches me the ways to do it. Dub with running hard and stuff like that. Knowing that this is the SEC and it's not high school football no more. They're telling me every day, we got to run hard, we got to run hard, we got to block. So it's like having those older guys in your ears is truly a blessing.
Thanks, guys. All the best.
Jackson, let's try again.
Sorry about that, guys. Fernando, have any other offensive linemen petitioned Coach Pittman to be a tight end like Josh Street?
Not that I know of, man. I feel like Street's been doing a hell of a job over there. It's really cool, seeing him jog in from the sideline. He has this energy to him, and when he comes in there, we're gonna move the ball, and it's always fun. But I'm sure there's a few other linemen that would like to kind of get in that action too.
That first drive, I mean, Braylen played some fullback. I think Street played tight end. You had R-Dub and a bunch of different guys all getting in. I mean, how heavily scripted was that first drive against Tennessee? And is it a little bit more fun when it's like you're getting, I don't know, nearly 20 guys involved on the same drive?
Yeah, I think it just kind of goes into our preparation, and then just kind of the belief that Petrino has in, everybody on the offense. We have a lot of people that can be playing right now and are waiting their turn. And for Braylen, he's just kind of waiting for his opportunity. And so a lot of these people are just starting to get their opportunity, and you're just starting to see them blossom. And I think it just kind of shows our depth and how many people we have that could play at any moment.
And Braylen, I'm sure you've watched the film, but have you gone back and watched maybe the ESPN broadcast at all? I know Fowler and Herb Street were, giving you some pretty good compliments about, running people over and everything. Have you taken the time to maybe go soak that in your first real big moment like that?
Yes, sir. I've took the time to soak it in my first big moments, but you know, I just look at it and be like, well, gotta do it again and again. So we just flush it, keep it going. It was a good moment, and we gotta do it again.